die.
What's up, everybody? Justin here with another R Reactions from Row 9 Studios, and I'm with
Ryan,
Adam.
And today we're going to watch the trailer for Locke Key. But before we get to that, Mr. Laney is going to tell you a little bit here about our guest Adam today.
Yeah, we wanted to bring Adam in with us today. Just one of our colleagues here and up-and-coming podcaster. He's all about taking care of kids and making sure they're on the right path, and he's doing some great things in basketball and football. So he's here today to work with us. We'll talk a little bit more about his podcast later called Evolution Sports. And after we're done with the trailer, we'll give that another little plug.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, let's. I guess before I even play it, I should say Locke Key is based off of a comic book. It's written by Joe Hill. Not everyone knows Joe Hill, but Joe Hill happens to be Stephen King's son. So, you know, Stephen King of It and The Stand and that kind of stuff.
So some kind of, wonder if it's going to be any horror related.
Yeah, so I do know about it. I have read the comic. These two have not. So I really kind of want to see what their reaction is to the trailer once we see it. So let's jump into it and take a look.
All right, here we go.
Hey, check it out. We're here.
Welcome to Key House.
I could never get your father to talk about his life here.
There's already some
My
secrets.
kids need a home. Does it have to be this home?
Hello? Are you my emerald?
Yes. Key House is filled with amazing keys. Listen for them. They whisper. You heard that?
Huh. Whoa. I didn't expect that.
Holy crap. How is any of this possible?
This isn't a game. You don't know what these keys unlock.
What time did the key come from?
You woke me up. You have no idea what's coming. There is a crazy evil thing who wants these keys.
Hey.
These aren't toys. They're weapons.
These keys are
You know what, you know.
There's something that connects us with Dad.
The past is always with us.
That's about as good as That's
You
the
can try it on away. But it's always there. Whatever you think you understand about those keys.
Whoa.
Watch this. I gotta watch this. This is good. So, Netflix now?
Dang. Everywhere is done. Wow.
Gotta watch that. Definitely.
I had never even heard of this.
Yeah.
Wow. So it seems like it maybe has a little bit of that horror feel to it, but not quite. It's definitely more of like a fantasy type thing to it. So,
Kind of like, make it seem like it's like Jumanji a little bit. Like kind of like where, you know, they're kind of like trying to figure something out and they finally figure it out a little bit. They kind of get worried and, you know, it's unsolved. You know how
Yeah.
it ends. So it's
Yeah.
man, that's very interesting, honestly.
Yeah, it's a very interesting story. Really good read. I read it because a couple people I know were like, you really need to sit down and read this.
Yeah.
It's different than you think, and it's really good. It brings in some adventure elements, some horror elements.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give things away.
Right.
But it looks, to me, the trailer looks like it tells that story really well in a different medium.
Yeah.
In that live action medium. It looks fantastic to me. So I'm excited as a fan of the comic to finally get down to seeing it, and sounds like you guys are excited to give it a
Well, that kind of wraps up our reaction to our trailer, but I just wanted to give another quick plug out to Adam and his up-and-coming podcast called Evolution Sports. Anything you want to tell us about the podcast, what it's going to focus on?
So pretty much in the podcast, Evolution Sports, focused on, football and basketball when you're talking about, girls basketball and, kind of the lack of exposure, but me being able to add some exposure to girls basketball, being able to help out with those underrated players that are under the radar, and kind of, trying to get a little exposure. And in football, same thing, those underrated players, give them a chance to speak their mind, and those players that, are rated and those that, might be known, just kind of bringing them all in together and being able to hear different sides and understandings, topics, recruiting processes, and being able to give some feedback to them as well to, kind of help them. And when we talk about evolution, just being able to be, a revolving thing to be able to open up and change things, and just, kind of just make a placement, for certain people in their lives, whether, in academics as well as athletics.
That's right. I think you're doing some great things. I'm excited to see what Evolution Sports podcast is like. Excited to hear that. Excited to see where you go with all these the girls that you're helping out, and I know you're involved with the young men also. So it's great what you're doing, and I look forward to it. You guys can catch that podcast coming soon on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. So we'll definitely give another shout out to Adam in the future, and hopefully he'll join us again.
Of course.
All right.
Thank you so much.
This is Row 9 signing out.
Bye.